Welcome, Commissioners, CDE staff, and members of the public. I'm Sharice Guerra, and as the 2025 Instructional Quality Commission Chair, I call this meeting to order. Public comment on today's meeting agenda items may be provided during the meeting either in person or by signing up on the sheet located at the back table or by dialing 667-770-1523 and then following a prompt to provide a participant access code. Callers will then be added to the queue. The operator will notify callers when it's their turn to provide public comment. If possible, we recommend members of the public dialing in for public comment continue to view the live stream of the meeting for a better understanding of the meeting status. When it's your turn, please mute the live cast audio. When giving public comment, please state the following: commenters' first and last name, organization affiliation, and if any, public comment. Again, the phone number is 667-770-1523. The access code is 651905. The phone number and access code will also be announced at the start of public comment for each item. This is also outlined on the January 2021-22 2026 IQC agenda posted on the IQC webpage. I will now introduce each commissioner participating in today's meeting. When I call your name, unmute your microphone and confirm your attendance, then mute your microphone again. Commissioner Lena Bradshaw.
Present.
Commissioner Gina Danliner.
Present.
Commissioner Jaquay Durant.
Present.
Commissioner Cheryl Fry.
Present.
Commissioner Julie Goldman.
Present.
Commissioner Javier Hernandez. Commissioner Jennifer Hicks.
Present.
Commissioner Janet Lanning.
Present.
Commissioner Rebecca Lewis.
Present.
Commissioner Alicia Regosa.
Present.
Commissioner Bonnie Sides.
Present.
Commissioner Ku Vang. Commissioner Kimberly Young.
Present.
Commissioner Erica Zapata.
Present.
Our Student Commissioner Ananya Akaraju.
Present.
Assembly Member James Ramos. Senator Ben Allen. Student Commissioner Akaraju, will you now lead us in the salute to the flag?
Commissioners, please stand and face the flag. Please hold your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yesterday, we conducted an orientation that provided an opportunity for commissioners to learn and reflect upon the commission's policies, procedures, and goals. Next on the agenda is the election of the chair, vice chair, and the additional 3 members of the executive committee. These elections are conducted by our executive director, Dr. Mike Torres. I now turn the gavel over to him.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Guerra, and I want to formally thank you for your service on the IQC as our chairperson. You've done a phenomenal job of moving forward the curricular-related initiatives of the CDE and the State Board of Education. Would you like to say a few words at this time?
Yes. It's been an honor to serve as the chair of the Instructional Quality Commission for the past 2 years. I am deeply grateful to my fellow commissioners for your trust and for selecting me to lead this work. Serving alongside such thoughtful, committed colleagues has been both a privilege and a learning experience. I want to extend special thanks to the CDE and Seaford staff, and especially to Dr. Torres for your steady guidance, partnership, and support through my tenure. I'm incredibly proud of the work we have accomplished together, particularly as we emerged from COVID, rebuilt our processes, and successfully restarted the instructional materials adoption process in person. That work reflects our shared commitment to quality, equity, and service to California students. As I pass the gavel to the next chair, I do so with confidence and excitement for what lies ahead. I look forward to continuing our work together, including the upcoming ELA, ELD instructional materials follow-up adoption. Thank you all for the opportunity to serve.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Guerra. The elections for the 2026 Commission Chairperson, Vice Chairperson, and Executive Committee shall be separate elections conducted in that order according to Robert's Rules of Order, with nominations that are made from the floor. The election shall be by majority vote of voting members. The chairperson and the vice chairperson must receive a majority of the votes cast to be elected, and the 3 executive committee members will be the 3 nominees who receive the most executive committee votes. In cases when there are more than 2 candidates for chair or vice chair and no one receives a majority of the votes cast, then the 2 candidates with the most votes shall continue to the next round of voting. The candidate with the most votes at the second round will be elected. No one may be a candidate without being present at the meeting and without one's consent. And per the bylaws, terms of office shall be 1 year, re-electable, except that the commission chairperson may not serve more than 2 successive terms. I'd like to also add that when making nominations, commissioners should consider strong representation of executive committee members who have English language arts, English language development, special education, and transitional kindergarten expertise, as the major work for 2026 is the 2026 English language arts, English language development follow-up adoption. Is there any discussion? All right, hearing none, I will now begin by taking nominations for chair.
It is my absolute honor and privilege to nominate Senior Commissioner Jennifer Hicks for chair.
Thank you so much. Commissioner Lanning nominates Commissioner Hicks. Uncomfortable pause. Do I have all the nominations? And do all the nominees accept the nomination?
Yes.
Excellent. Then, by acclamation, in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order, Commissioner Hicks has been nominated to be chair of the IQC.
Should we move seats? Dr. Torres, should we move?
Yeah, that'd be great. So we're going to move on here in just a moment. All right. I will now at this time take nominations for vice chair.
I nominate Commissioner Janet Lanning for vice chair.
Commissioner Goldman nominates Commissioner Lanning.
I nominate Commissioner Regosa for vice chair.
Commissioner Young nominates Commissioner Regosa.
I nominate Commissioner Couvang for vice chair.
I wasn't looking at, was that Commissioner Lanning? Oh, Commissioner Zepeda. Commissioner Zepeda nominates Commissioner Vang. Okay. Do I have all the nominations? And do all nominees accept the nomination?
Yes.
Yes.
So, because there's more than one nomination, we'll hold an election by vote. The vote will be by show of hands. To vote for Commissioner Lanning, please raise your hand now. To vote for Commissioner Young, please, not Young, Regosa, excuse me, please raise your hand now. And to vote for Commissioner Vang, please raise your hand.
Commissioner Regosa has been elected vice chair of the commission.
All right. So congratulations, Commissioner Hicks for being our chair, and congratulations, Commissioner Regosa, for being our vice chair. I will now take nominations for 3 executive committee members. The executive committee is elected to advise the commission chairperson in the performance of their duties in relation to the commission.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Vang.
Commissioner Guerra nominates Commissioner Vang. Commissioner Vang nominates Commissioner Guerra.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Lanning.
Commissioner Hicks nominates Commissioner Lanning. Do I have all the nominations? And do all the nominees accept the nomination?
Yes.
Yes.
So by acclamation, in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order, Commissioners Guerra, Lanning, and Vang have been nominated to be the 3 additional 2026 Executive Committee members of the Commission. Congratulations. I now turn the gavel over to you, 2026 Commission Chair Hicks. Congratulations.
Thank you. And welcome to all of our new commissioners. It's great to have spent the day getting to know all of you yesterday and looking forward to all of the proceedings of today. I also just wanted to share, when I was sitting in the room yesterday, I'm awestruck by the smartness in this room. So I'm looking forward to learning from all of you this year, and I know that we're going to accomplish some great things. So thank you. So the first item on our agenda is E, approval of the minutes for the December 4th, 2025 meeting. The public comment for this agenda item is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on the minutes. Commissioners, you have the December 4th, 2025 IQC meeting minutes before you. If you have substantive changes, please present them now. If there are minor changes not affecting the content, please email them to Denise Figueroa, IQC Liaison. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I motion to approve.
The motion is made by Commissioner Lanning. Is there a second to the motion?
I second.
Commissioner Frey seconded the motion. Oh, sorry, not Frey. Bradshaw seconded the motion. Is there any discussion of the motion? Is there any public comment of the motion?
There is none.
The public comment line for this item is now closed, and I now call for a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Anyone abstain from voting?
The motion passes.
Okay, next is item F, report of the IQC chair. I don't have a formal report, but just wanted to share that I'm looking forward to the work that's ahead of us. We have a big job ahead of us this year with the ELA, ELD follow-up adoption, and I know that we will proceed as we did with the math adoption, which I think was very successful. So looking forward to this year. Okay, next is item 1G, the executive director's report.
Thank you so much, Chair Hicks. And welcome, everybody, to this IQC meeting. It's wonderful to kick off 2026 with our orientation yesterday and getting to know each other and reminders of our processes. Thank you all for your steadfast participation. And hello, Vice President Glover Woods. Thank you for being present at this IQC meeting. Thank you, members of the public and Seaford team, for all that you do for us. I'd like to begin with a land acknowledgement. This is sacred land of the Nisenan people, of which we're the caretakers, and I just want to acknowledge that this is the place where they had lived and taken care of this area. I do have a few updates to share with you of work that's been going on related to curriculum and instruction outside of the work that you've been doing with personal finance and the English language arts, English language development follow-up adoption. The first is the curriculum guidance study that I mentioned to you last year that was part of the governor's proposed budget and ultimately made its way to the final budget process. Our Seaford team has been busily working on implementing that curriculum guidance study, and we anticipate beginning that work with our contractor by the end of this month, actually, in a couple of weeks. The purpose of that study is to identify and research what do other states do around the provision of curricular guidance, whether it's standards, frameworks, or something else, and the adoption of instructional materials. And also to analyze how do we do these things here in California in an effort to try to streamline and really consider what our best practices and is there an opportunity for improvement. This study will be completed by January of 2027. So we will have that report going before the State Board of Education for consideration at that time. So very, very exciting because that directly impacts the Instructional Quality Commission in the future. Not this year, but those of you who will be commissioners in the following years for sure. Your Seaford staff has also been busily working on implementation of the mathematics framework. We held a Tools for Math Success webinar in December, which was very, very well attended. And this year we're holding a series of 4 webinars on professional learning around mathematics and trying to tie in the mathematics framework and professional learning, trying to focus on ensuring that teachers have that background knowledge and are able to implement the mathematics framework to fidelity. We've also been working on our Holocaust and Genocide in Education grant and implementing that. We do have the Winter Institute coming up in March, which is a major annual event as a result of that Holocaust and Genocide in Education grant. And also last year, SB 472 was passed, which enacted another Holocaust and Genocide Education grant. But this one's slightly different because it affords and provides funding to LEAs to be able to support Holocaust and Genocide education directly. So our division is promptly working on that to propose regulations and move forward with that work. And then lastly, there's the Arts, Music, Instructional Materials Discretionary Block Grant, which could be used for professional learning or curricular materials for arts, music, or any number of of content areas, including ethnic studies. That block grant is several years old and will actually be sunsetting here in June, at which point school districts will be required to submit final expenditure reports to our staff. And speaking of arts, Proposition 28 is also a project that our Seaford staff works on, and Prop 28's goal is to increase the amount of arts programs that are available to students and exposure of arts to students in school districts by direct funding. This is the 3rd year of the first allocation. The first allocation was 3 years ago. And school districts have 3 years to plan for and spend their funding. So this is historic because this is it. School districts must use those funds. Otherwise, they will submit their final expenditure reports, and we will ask for unspent funds back. And so it's very exciting. Keep in mind, though, since this is the 3rd year, and every year there's a new allocation of funding, this is another historic year where school districts have 3 years of Prop 28 funding to be able to utilize to improve arts education and increase arts exposure to students across the state. I have a few more here on my list, but I think I've talked plenty and given you plenty of updates about things related to curriculum and instruction throughout the state. So I think I'm going to end there and pass the floor back to Commissioner Chair Hicks.
Thank you, Dr. Torres. Next, we have item 1H, report of the State Board of Education. Vice President Glover Woods.
Thank you very much, and good morning, commissioners. Before I start with my report, I just want to give a big shout out to Dr. Torres and the CFER staff for the phenomenal orientation that was planned and executed on yesterday. I shared with Dr. Torres before our meeting, if that was not a classic example of how to teach a class, I don't know what was. The content was exactly where it needed to be, but it was delivered in such a way that I think all of us in the room will remember what the roles and responsibilities are and are not of the IQC. So again, thank you, Dr. Torres, and to the phenomenal staff that you work with. CFER staff continues to rock, and that was another example. I also want to say, first of all, much gratitude to past Chair Guerra for all of the work that she has done on the IQC over these last couple of years. And congratulations, Chair Hicks and Vice Chair Regosa, for your new positions. As you guys know, you work with a phenomenal group of commissioners, and 2026 promises to continue to rock and roll just like 2025 did. The IQC will not be short of things to do during this year. So I will jump into my report, and we'll try not to go too long and take too much time from our meeting. First, a warm welcome to the new commissioners to the IQC. Commissioner Rebecca Lewis, who comes to us from Whitmore Elementary School District, Commissioner Julie Goldman from the San Diego County Office of Education, and Commissioner Bonnie Sides from Oxnard School District. Welcome, commissioners. Looking very forward to working with you as well as learning from you as you serve in your role. Also, I would like to give you a recap of the SBE meeting. The State Board of Education met on January 14th, and there were quite a few items on our agenda that I think would be of interest to you. I'll step back a little bit. And also wanting you to know follow-up to things that you discussed in your meeting that came forward to the board for action. So first, one thing that did not come before the IQC, but I'll let you know, the board did hold elections for president and vice president of the board, and I'm excited to let you know that President Dr. Linda Darling-Hammond was re-elected as president for our State Board of Education, and for some reason, the board saw fit to bring me back as vice president. So we're excited to continue to serve the board and continue to serve all of you and the students, families, and educators in the state of California in our work. We also had presentations from 2 student delegates from that will be going to the 2026 United States Senate Youth Program, and they will represent California in Washington, D.C. This coming March. Just to share with you, our 2 delegates are seniors, Cindy Chen from Walnut High School in the Walnut Valley High School District, and Gabrielle Listana from Sacred Heart Cathedral Preparatory in San Francisco. There are also 2 student alternates in case those 2 students are unable to represent the state. And they are Leanne Fan, who attends Westview High School in the Poway Unified High School District, and Jerry Yang from North Hollywood Senior High School in the Los Angeles Unified School District. Both of them had opportunity to address the board, and as always happens with our students, they just continue to blow us away. And every time I hear students speak in front of the board and in other spaces, I'm like, our future is looking bright. We have some outstanding young people that will be taking the helm in just a few years, and we're excited that those 4 are counted in that number. As far as the action items, just wanted to let you know in relation to the 2026 ELA-ELD follow-up adoption, the request for reduction of the publisher and content developer participation fee action took place, and there were 17 entities that met the statutory requirements for a fee reduction. Also, the appointment of the suggested reviewers and approval of the CDE facilitators for that process were approved as well. And I think you may have heard this, but I'm going to just repeat. There were 267 applicants that were recommended by you at the December IQC meeting, and the board took to approve all 267. And as was shared with you in your orientation, there is going to be opportunity for additional teachers to serve in this role as well. So if you know teachers that are interested in serving as part of the ELA-ELD follow-up adoption, please provide the information to them. We want to have as many teachers as possible as part of that review process. The Personal Finance Curriculum Guide, again, a topic that you guys are very well familiar with. I'm happy to let you know that the board decided to approve a revised timeline where it will be adopted in March of 2026. And what this does, which is great news for the field, is it provides this curriculum, personal finance curriculum guide to the field early. So as schools need to make plans for what will happen in the 2026-27 school year, they have adequate time to do so. Lastly, the student assessment of student performance and progress, we had an update on the curriculum embedded performance tasks in the science bank. If you haven't had a chance to take a look at, I believe the acronym is ATLAS, I encourage you to do so. There is just a plethora of performance-based tasks that are in that website page, and teachers have commented on how helpful it is to be able to go into that, pull out performance-based tasks based on grade level, the amount of time they want dedicated to the teaching of this performance task, and they cover just a wide range of areas within the field of science. It's just, again, another outstanding resource I encourage you to share, and if you get a chance to play around in it a little bit, do that as well. It's going to be a great resource to our teachers as they teach science, whether as a single subject or as an elementary school teacher, which I mentioned to the board. Those of us who have served in that role of elementary school teacher know that we get the blessing of teaching every single subject. So anytime we have opportunity to have resources at hand that can minimize the amount of Google searching and really trying to curate a lot of different resources, it's very, very helpful and appreciative. And with that, I will conclude my report. I'm excited to be with you this morning. Thank you so much for the time, and Chair Hicks, I turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Vice President Glover Woods. Next is item 1.1, approve the 2026 IQC goals. Our next item on the agenda is to establish our IQC goals for 2026. The public comment for this agenda item is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on the 2026 IQC goals. The proposed goals are as follows. Number 1, ensure every member of the IQC understands and adheres to the Bagley-Keene Open Meeting Act. Number 2, provide support for the upcoming English Language Arts, English Language Development, Instructional Materials Follow-Up Adoption. Number 3, provide support for the launch events, rollout plans, and professional learning activities associated with curriculum frameworks, model curricula, and instructional materials as appropriate. Number 4, ensure that the IQC's priorities reflect the advisory needs of the State Board of Education. Number 5, engage and participate in a continuous improvement protocol as the IQC works through relevant curriculum and instruction issues. And number 6, provide guidance, feedback, and support for the development of the Personal Finance Curriculum Guide. Are there any questions or comments about the proposed goals for 2026? Okay. Hearing none, can I have a motion to approve the 2026 goals as presented?
I move to approve the 2026 goals as presented.
Thank you. Commissioner Danler has made the motion. Is there a second to the motion?
I second the motion.
The motion has been seconded by Commissioner Lewis. Is there any discussion? Any public comment, Denise?
There is no public comment.
Thank you. The public comment line for this item is now closed, and I now call for a vote. All in favor? Any opposed? Anyone abstain?
The motion passes.
Thank you. Next is item 1J, approve the 2027 IQC meeting dates. The public comment line for this item is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on this item. I will now turn this over to Executive Director Torres to introduce the item.
Thank you so much, Chair Hicks. Can you all believe that we're already 3 weeks into 2026? It's crazy how fast the year has gone already. So it's that time again to set up our anticipated IQC meeting dates for 2027. You've received a copy of the proposed dates, and hopefully you've looked at all of your calendars, work and personal, to see if there's any potential conflicts. As of this moment, we do not know what work will be asked of the IQC in 2027. So to follow all of our past practice, we've identified combinations of Wednesday and Thursday dates for 2-day meetings every other month that follow the State Board of Education meetings, or the same month as the State Board of Education meetings, but after they are conducted. The proposed dates are identified in January, March, May, July, September, and November of next year. Depending on workload, these dates may be shortened to 1-day meetings. If we need to adjust any dates based on any new work that's mandated by the legislature or the State Board of Education, we'll do so publicly in future meetings. So that's all the background that I have for you. Happy to answer any questions that you might have, and passing the microphone back to Chair Hicks.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments about the 2027 IQC meeting dates?
I have one question. When you determine that a 2-day meeting isn't needed and it can just be 1 day, is it, can it be either of those days, or is it normally the second day, just for planning purposes?
So that's a great question. So it could be one of the 2 days. Typically, we go with the first of the 2 days. But if there's any other scheduling conflicts, then we have to go with the second of the 2 days.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, can I have a motion to approve the 2027 IQC meeting dates as presented?
I move to approve the meeting dates as presented.
Yeah, the motion's been made by Commissioner Young. Is there a second to the motion?
I second it.
Thank you. The motion has been seconded by Commissioner Raygoza. Is there any discussion? Any public comment?
There is no public comment.
Thank you. The public comment line for this item is now closed. I now call for a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Anyone abstain from voting?
The motion passes.
Thank you. We will now take a 15-minute break. Welcome back. I now call the Executive Committee to order. If you are a member of the Executive Committee, please put your nameplate up. If you are not a member, please put your nameplate down. The public comment line for this committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on this agenda item. Item A, appointment of subject matter committee chairs. Commissioners, a completed chart indicating your committee preferences can be found in your folders. I will reference this chart as I make IQC chair selections, and then the executive committee will use it as we make committee assignments. Please recall the responsibilities for committee chairs were detailed during yesterday's orientation meeting. So Commissioner Guerra, are you ready to accept the duties of Chair of the English Language Arts, English Language Development Subject Matter Committee for 2026?
Yes, I am.
Commissioner Bradshaw, are you ready to accept the duties of Chair for the Mathematics Subject Matter Committee for 2026?
Yes, I am.
Commissioner Young, are you ready to accept the duties of Chair of the History Social Science Subject Matter Committee for 2026?
Yes.
Commissioner Fry, are you ready to accept the duties of Chair for the Science Subject Matter Committee for 2026?
Yes.
And Commissioner Fry, are you ready to accept the duties of Chair for the Health Subject Matter Committee for 2026?
Yes.
Commissioner Lanning, are you ready to accept the duties of Chair for the Personal Finance Subject Matter Committee for 2026?
Yes.
Commissioner Vang, are you ready to accept the duties of Chair of the Physical Education Subject Matter Committee for 2026?
Yes.
Commissioner Raygoza, are you ready to accept the duties of Chair of the World Languages Subject Matter Committee for 2026?
Yes.
Commissioner Zapata, are you ready to accept the duties of Chair for the Education Technology Committee for 2026?
Yes.
And Commissioner Akaraju, are you ready to accept the duties of Chair for the Ad Hoc Committee for 2026?
Yes.
Thank you. Congratulations. So now we'll move on to assignments of members to the subject matter committees.
Can I have you, sorry, did we miss world languages or did I miss? Regosa and
World Languages was Raygoza.
arts?
Oh, arts, I think we skipped arts.
Okay.
Commissioner Durant, are you ready to accept the duties of Chair of the Arts Subject Matter Committee for 2026? Thank you. Okay, members of the Executive Committee, let us consult the survey results and decide who should serve on each of the committees. Let's start with English Language Arts, English Language Development Subject Matter Committee, and work our way across the page.
So when I look at everybody who chose number 1, it looks like there's 6 commissioners. I don't know if we want to go that route or if we want to do something different.
I would say we start with that.
I agree with that.
Agreed.
Okay, so let's name who those are.
Commissioner Durant,
Commissioner Goldman. Commissioner Guerra.
Commissioner Vang,
And Commissioner Sides. And also Commissioner Zapata. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more.
can we add Commissioner Young to the list? Going with the 2s? Is that Durant, Goldman, Guerra, Sides, Vang,
Yes. So I have Durant, Goldman, Guerra, Vang, Sides, Zapata, and Young. Okay. Let's move on to mathematics. And so for math, we're going to choose 7.
So I think we go with everybody on the list.
Do we need 3 additional to fill in for the 7 that are required for that committee?
Yes.
Yes. So let's start with the ones that identified. So we have Bradshaw, Lanning,
Lewis.
Lewis,
And sides?
Sides. And then I was wondering if the two who served last year, because they had some familiarity with the process, would make sense.
Yes.
And Commissioner Akaraju?
Vang and Akaraju.
Black.
Yes. How about, I know he's not here, but how about Commissioner Javier Hernandez?
Yeah, that sounds good. So I have Bradshaw, Lanning, Lewis, Sides, Vang, Akaraju, and Hernandez.
And just so we kind of keep track also of who's got what, just so we're aware, Vang is on 3 now, so including executive committee, so that way we're just kind of keeping it even. I don't know if anybody, I think everybody else is good so far.
So let's move on to history, social science, and we are selecting 3. So I was thinking the 2 first choice folks.
So that's Danoler. And
Durant?
Commissioner Young, yeah?
So Danliner,
Chair, oh yes, that's right, she's chair.
of Young, Danliner, and who are we saying is the third?
Durant.
Durant?
So Young, Daniler, and Durant for history, social science. We'll move on to science. We are selecting 3.
Commissioner Lewis is 2.
And Commissioner Zepeda.
And then Commissioner Fry.
Yes, she's the chair.
Chair, yeah.
She's the chair.
So that was Commissioner Fry, Commissioner Zepeda, and Commissioner Lewis. Okay, moving on to health. We need 2 more.
Should we see if the other 2 prior members would like to continue?
Yeah, I'm good with that. So that would be Commissioner Bradshaw and Commissioner Young.
Mhm.
Okay, moving on to personal finance.
Just so we're aware, Young also is at 3.
So I'm thinking Commissioner Bradshaw.
I'd be happy to join personal finance if you need someone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I think we can go with everyone who had it as a choice at all to start. So we've got Lanning, Bradshaw, Lewis. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Young, Zapata, and Akaraju. So we would need 1 more.
Hernandez?
Yeah, Javier.
Hernandez.
Just so you know, we just put Young at 4.
Okay. And I think when I did the numbers, 3 or 4 is about how everybody will land. So let me repeat those. So for personal finance, I have Lanning, Bradshaw, Lewis, Young, Zapata, Akaraju, and Hernandez. Okay. Physical education.
Might we
Last year.
Previous?
So Commissioner Fry,
and Vang.
I'm the chair,
Oh, yeah.
so we need one more.
So we'll need one more.
Might we also consider Hernandez for this one?
Yeah, I would say Hernandez.
Okay, so for physical education, we have Vang, Fry, and Hernandez. So let's move on to arts. We have Durant as the chair. And then should we go with the two that had it as their third choice? Oh, except not me, because I'm already on the committee.
So Gara.
So Gara, and then
Let's see.
how many does Akaraju have now?
She has 3, but Dan Liner only has 1, I think.
So Danoler,
Similar.
he does,
Commissioner Goldman only has 1 at this point.
so
Okay, so for arts, I have Durant, Gara, and Danoler. So for world languages, Ragoza is our chair. I would recommend Commissioner Goldman because she had it on her list.
Is there anybody else who only has 1 or 2 at this point?
Commissioner Damler has stated it as her third. Can we do?
Yeah, let's do that. So for world languages, we have Commissioner Ragoza, Goldman, and Danoler. Moving on to educational technology, Commissioner Zapata is our chair. So we need 2 more. So I'm thinking Commissioner Sides. Commissioner Hernandez served last year as well as Commissioner Lanning and Commissioner Durant.
I think Lanning or Durant.
I think Durant only has
She has 3.
3.
There's 3.
he has 3.
Commissioner Lanning only has 2.
Okay, should we go with Commissioner Lanning? Okay, for education technology, I have Zapata, Sides, and Lanning. And the last is ad hoc committee. And so for ad hoc, we have Commissioner Akaraju as our chair.
I think enough people requested to fill the remaining spots.
Okay, so that would be Commissioner Danoler, Commissioner Durant, Commissioner Gara, Commissioner Ragoza, Commissioner Vang, and Commissioner Zapata. Do we want to take a minute just to do a quick tally to see if how our numbers are looking?
So how do we want to do that?
Sorry, can you repeat the last 2 on ad hoc after Ragoza?
Here, I'll just start at the top, just so we're clear. Commissioner Akaraju, Danoler, Durant, Gara, Ragoza, Vang, and Zapata. So I think what we're looking for is, does anybody have over 4 or under 3?
So should we just start at the top with Bradshaw and go down and count how many they have?
Sure.
I have 3.
Danoler, 1, 2, 3. I see 3.
I see 4. I see ad hoc, arts,
C4 as well.
history, social studies, and world language.
Oh, yes, 4.
Durant.
Okay, Durant. 1, 2, 3. I see 4
I
for
see-
Durant.
Same.
Okay.
Three.
There's 4 for Cepeda?
Oh, we're at,
Oh,
we're at Fry.
Fry,
And I
sorry.
see 3 for
Fry.
Fry.
See 3 for Fry.
Yes.
2 for Goldman.
So we can come back to that in a
Yeah.
moment. Okay, so Guerra,
3.
Hernandez,
3. You guys get 3 for Hernandez?
Lanning,
4.
Where do you see 4? I see 3.
I see 1 for personal
Oh,
finance.
no, I see 4.
Yeah, health,
Math,
math. Oh, no,
Personal finance.
personal finance, yeah.
techno. Lanning, isn't she on ed?
I see her as 4.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Lewis,
1.
3.
Rigoza,
3.
Sides, 1, 2,
3.
And then Young. 1, 2.
Bang,
4.
Young,
4.
Actually, I think Vang has 5.
1, 2.
Vang has 5.
I do.
Young has 4.
I only saw 3 for Young. Let me double
3.
check that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 4, yes.
Oh, yeah, I didn't. Oh, yes, I missed them. And then
And Zapata,
4, 5.
5.
She has 5.
And Akaraju,
3.
Yes, I have 3.
3 for Agaraju.
3 for Akaraju.
so I'd recommend that we move one of either Vang or Zapata's to Goldman so that she has 3. Any recommendations? Her, just to, her requests for ELA, ELD, history, social science, and world languages.
For who is it for Goldman?
Yes, for Goldman.
So Goldman is already on, I have her down for ELA already. So what if we did either ad hoc or,
She's already on world languages, so
What was her?
I think you're saying
yes, so maybe Goldman for ad hoc committee? Or,
Zepeda?
Yes.
So switching her with Zapata
Mhm.
for ad hoc? Okay.
Or me. We both have 5.
Let's see what you guys requested. Bing had us at a request. And both have us at a, so I think it doesn't probably.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, doesn't matter.
Okay, so let's do Zapata
Mhm.
and we'll switch it to Goldman
Yes.
for ad hoc. And then if we want to reduce 1 for Vang and give it to somebody who has 3, there's several that have 3. So Bradshaw, Fry, Goldman, Guerra, Hernandez, Lewis, Regosa, Sides, and Akaraju all have 3.
I would say not the new members, maybe.
So,
Bradshaw, Fry,
Fry.
Hernandez, Ricosa.
I'm thinking, let me see, the other ones that I'm in, it's math. Because the other one, I'm chair for PE, so I think math would be would make the most sense.
Switch out.
Mhm.
So thinking about those members, anyone with math experience that would make sense to be a logical switch?
That's already there.
Bradshaw's already there.
Yes, so Commissioner Fry said she would, yes.
Perfect. Okay, I think we got them all. Denise, do you want me to go through and repeat them now? Would that be helpful?
I think I have them.
Perfect, of course you do. Okay, so now we're going to look at the designation of liaisons. So we have 2 liaisons that we are designating. So one is the Concurrence Committee for the California Subject Matter Projects, and the second is the Commission Sunshine Club, and both of these are appointed by the chair. So for number 1, the Concurrence Committee for the California Subject Matter Projects, CSMP, Commissioner Lanning, are you ready to accept the duties of liaison for the Concurrence Committee?
Yes, thank you.
And I'm sorry, Commissioner Lanning, but are you also ready to accept the duties for the Sunshine Club? You're such a ray of sunshine, we think you should do it again.
Same as the first, yes.
Okay, thank you, everybody. That went very smoothly. Congratulations. Okay, Denise, you want to read them back to us?
Okay. For Executive Committee Chair, we have Commissioner Hicks, Vice Chair Regosa, members Vang, Guerra, and Lanning. For Ad Hoc Committee, we have the Chair Akaraju, with members Daniler, Durant, Guerra, Regosa, Vang, and Goldman. Arts Chair Durant, with members Guerra and Daniler. EdTech Chair Zepeda, with members Sides and Lanning. ELA-ELD Chair Guerra, with members Durant, Goldman, Vang, Sides, Zepeda, and Young. Health Chair Fry, with members Bradshaw and Young. History Social Sciences Chair Young, with members Daniler and Durant. Math Chair Bradshaw, with members Lanning, Lewis, Sides, Akaraju, Fry, and Hernandez. Personal Finance Chair Lanning, with members Bradshaw, Lewis, Zepeda, Akaraju, Young, and Hernandez. PE Chair Vang, with members Fry and Hernandez. Science Chair Fry, with members Lewis and Zepeda. And World Languages Chair Regosa, with members Goldman and Daniler.
I think that was perfect. Anybody catch anything? No? Okay, Awesome. So we'll now hear public comment on any items for the executive committee. Are there any members of the public wishing to make public comment on this item?
There's no public comment.
Thank you, Denise. The public comment line for this agenda item is now closed, and I now close the executive committee meeting. So before we take a 5-minute break, just a heads up, if you are a chair of one of the committees, Denise will be passing out your completed membership documents. And after our 5-minute break, when we come back, each chair will have a role. So you might want to look ahead at the talking points. Okay, so let's take a 5-minute break. It is 10:11, so let's come back at 10:16. Welcome back, everybody. We will now move to item 3, Ad Hoc Committee on State Board of Education Initiatives.
I call the ad hoc committee to order. The public comment line for this committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to make public comment on matters related to this committee. The members of the 2026 Ad Hoc Committee are Commissioner Danneler, Commissioner Durant, Commissioner Guerra, Commissioner Regosa, Commissioner Vang, and Commissioner Goldman. If you are a member of the Ad Hoc Committee, please put your nameplate up. If you are not a member, please turn your nameplate down. Our only item of business is the election of a vice chair. I call for nominations from the floor.
I nominate Commissioner Durant.
Commissioner Guerra nominates Commissioner Durant. By acclamation, in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order, Commissioner Durant has been nominated by Commissioner Guerra to be Vice Chair of the Ad Hoc Committee. We'll now hear public comment on any items for the Ad Hoc Committee. Are there any members of the public wishing to make public comment on this item?
There is not. The committee just needs to vote on the vice chair.
Okay, got it. Okay. Right here. Okay. Does the committee approve the nomination of Commissioner Durant? Please raise your hands if you're in favor. Any opposed? Anyone abstaining? Commissioner Durant is Vice Chair of the Ad Hoc Committee. Okay. We will now hear public comment on any items for the Ad Hoc Committee. Are there any members of the public wishing to make public comment on this item?
There's no public comment.
Thank you. The public comment line for this agenda item is now closed. I now close the Ad Hoc Committee meeting.
I call the Arts Subject Matter Committee to order. The public comment line for this committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give comment on the agenda item. The members of the 2026 Arts Subject Matter Committee are Commissioner Danneler, Commissioner Guerra. If you are a member of the Arts Subject Matter Committee, please put your nameplate up. If you are not a member, please turn your nameplate down. Our only item of business is the election of a vice chair for this subcommittee. I call nominations from the floor.
I nominate Commissioner Danneler.
Commissioner Guerra nominates Commissioner Danneler. Do I have all the nominations? I now close the nominations. By acclamation, in accordance with Robert's Rule of Orders, Commissioner Danneler has been nominated by Commissioner Guerra to be Vice Chair of the Arts Subject Matter Committee. Does the committee approve the nomination of Commissioner Danneler? Please raise your hands if you're in favor. Any opposed? Commissioner Danneler is Vice Chair of the Arts Subject Matter Committee. We'll now hear public comment on any items of the Art Subject Matter Committee. Are there any members of the public wishing to make comment on this item?
There is no public comment.
The public comment line for this agenda item is now closed. I now close this Arts Subject Matter Committee meeting.
Right. I call the Education and Technology Committee to order. The public comment line for this committee is now open. The members of the 2026 Education Technology are Commissioner Sides, Commissioner Lanning. If you're a member of the Educational Technology Committee, please put your nameplate up. If you are not a member, please put your nameplate down. Our only item of business is the election of a vice chair for this subcommittee. I call for nominations from the floor.
I nominate Commissioner Sides for Vice Chair.
Okay. Commissioner Lanning nominates Commissioner Sides. Do I have all the nominations? Okay. I now close the nominations. By acclamation, in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order, Commissioner Sides has been nominated by Commissioner Lanning to be Vice Chair of the Educational Technology Committee. Does the committee approve the nomination of Commissioner Sides? Please raise your hands if you're in favor. Any opposed? Commissioner Sides is Vice Chair of the Education Technology Committee. We'll now hear public comment on any items for the Educational Technology Committee. Are there any members of public wishing to make public comment on this item?
There's no public comment.
Public comment line for this agenda item is now closed. I now close the Education Technology Committee meeting.
I call the English Language Arts, English Language Development Subject Matter Committee to order. The public comment line for this committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on this agenda item. The members of the 2026 English Language Arts, English Language Development Subject Matter Committee are Commissioner Durant, Commissioner Goldman, Commissioner Vang, Commissioner Sides, Commissioner Young, and Commissioner Zepeda. If you're a member of the English Language Arts Development Subject Matter Committee, please put your nameplate up. If you are not a member, please turn your nameplate down. Our only item of business is the election of a vice chair for this subcommittee. I call for nominations from the floor.
I nominate Commissioner Vang for vice chair.
Commissioner Hicks has nominated Commissioner Vang. Do I have all the nominations? I now close nominations. By acclamation, in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order, Commissioner Vang has been nominated by Commissioner Hicks to be Vice Chair of the English Language Arts, English Language Development Subject Matter Committee. Does the committee approve the nomination of Commissioner Vang? Please raise your hands if you're in favor. Any opposed? Commissioner Vang is Vice Chair of the English Language Arts, English Language Development Subject Matter Committee. We will now hear public comment on any item for the English Language Arts, English Language Development Subject Matter Committee. Are there any members of the public wishing to make public comment on this item?
There are none.
The public comment line for this agenda item is now closed. I now close the English Language Arts, English Language Development Subject Matter Committee meeting.
I call the Health Subject Matter Committee to order. The public comment line for this committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on this agenda item. If you are a member of the Health Subject Matter Committee, please put your nameplate up. If you are not a member, please turn your nameplate down. Our only item of business is the election of a vice chair for this subcommittee. I call for nominations from the floor. I call for nominations from the floor.
Can you repeat who the members are?
Sorry, I thought that's what I forgot. Okay. Commissioner Bradshaw and Commissioner Young. Thank you. I call for nominations from the floor.
I nominate Commissioner Young for vice chair.
Commissioner Hicks nominates Commissioner Young. Do I have all the nominations? I now close the nominations. By acclamation, in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order, Commissioner Young has been nominated by Commissioner Hicks to be Vice Chair of the Health Subject Matter Committee. Does the committee approve the nomination of Commissioner Young? Please raise your hands if you are in favor. Commissioner Young is Vice Chair of the Health Subject Matter Committee. We'll now hear public comment on any items for the Health Subject Matter Committee. Are there any members of the public wishing to make public comment on this item?
There are none.
Public comment line for this agenda item is now closed. I now close the Health Subject Matter Committee meeting.
I call the History, Social Science Subject Matter Committee to order. The public comment for this committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on this agenda item. The members of the 2026 History, Social Science Subject Matter Committee are Commissioner Danlier and Commissioner Durant. If you are a member of the Social Science Subject Matter Committee, please put your nameplate up. If you are not a member, please turn your nameplate down. Our only item of business is the election of a vice chair for this subcommittee. I call for nominations from the floor.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Durant for vice chair.
You? Do I have all nominations? Okay, I now close the nominations. By acclamation, in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order, Commissioner Durant has been nominated by Commissioner Hicks to be the vice chair of the History, Social Science Subject Matter Committee. Does the committee approve the nomination of Commissioner Durant? Please raise your hand if you are in favor. Any opposed? Okay, Commissioner Durant is the vice chair of the History, Social Science Subject Matter Committee. We'll now hear public comment on any items for the History, Social Science Subject Matter Committee. Are there any members of the public wishing to make public comment on this item?
There are none.
The public comment line for this agenda item is now closed. I now close the History, Social Science Subject Matter Committee meeting.
I call the Mathematics Subject Matter Committee to order. The public comment line for this committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on this agenda item. The members of the 2026 Mathematics Subject Matter Committee are Commissioner Lanning, Commissioner Lewis, Commissioner Sides, Commissioner Acaraju, Commissioner Fry, and Commissioner Hernandez. If you are a member of the Mathematics Subject Matter Committee, please put your nameplate up. If you are not a member, please turn your nameplate down. Our only item of business is the election of a vice chair for this subcommittee. I call for nominations from the floor.
I nominate Commissioner Fry for vice chair.
Commissioner Acaraju nominates Commissioner Fry for vice chair. I also nominate Commissioner Lanning. So Commissioner Bradshaw nominates Commissioner Lanning for vice chair. Do I have all the nominations? I now close the nominations. Because there is more than one nomination, we will hold an election by vote. The vote will be by a show of hands. To vote for Commissioner Fry, raise your hand. To vote for Commissioner Lanning, raise your hand. Commissioner Lanning has been elected vice chair of the Mathematics Subject Matter Committee. We'll now hear public comment on any items for the Mathematics Subject Matter Committee. Are there any members of the public wishing to make public comment on this item?
There are none.
The public comment line for this agenda item is now closed. I now close the Mathematics Subject Matter Committee meeting.
I call the Personal Finance Subject Matter Committee to order. The public comment line for this committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you'd like to give public comment on this agenda item. The members of the 2026 Personal Finance Subject Matter Committee are myself, Commissioner Bradshaw, Commissioner Lewis, Commissioner Zepeda, Commissioner Young, Student Commissioner Acaraju, and Commissioner Hernandez. If you are a member of the Personal Finance Subject Matter Committee, please put your nameplate up. If you are not a member, please turn your nameplate down. Our only item of business is the election of a vice chair for this subcommittee. I call for nominations from the floor.
I nominate Commissioner Bradshaw for vice chair.
Commissioner Zepeda has nominated Commissioner Bradshaw for vice chair.
I nominate Commissioner Young for vice chair.
Chair Hicks has nominated Commissioner Young.
Sorry, never mind.
No. Are you nominating, did you say Young?
Can you verify she's on the committee?
Verified. She is on the committee. Yes. That was my clarification, not, okay, yes. Chair Hicks has nominated Commissioner Young for vice chair. Do I have all the nominations? Because there's more than one nomination, we will hold an election by vote. The vote will be by a show of hands. To vote for Commissioner Bradshaw, please raise your hand. Thank you. To vote for Commissioner Young, please raise your hand. Commissioner Bradshaw has been elected for Vice Chair of the Personal Finance Subject Matter Committee. We will now hear public comment on any items for the Personal Finance Subject Matter Committee. Are there any members of the public wishing to make public comment on this item?
There are none.
The public comment line for this agenda item is now closed. I now close the Personal Finance Subject Matter Committee.
I call the Physical Education Subject Matter Committee to order. The public comment line for this committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on this agenda item. The members of the 2026 Physical Education Subject Matter Committee are myself, Commissioner Fry, and Commissioner Hernandez. If you are a member of the Physical Education Subject Matter Committee, please put your name plate up. If you are not a member, please turn your nameplate down. Our only item of business is the election of a vice chair for this subject committee. I call for nominations from the floor.
I nominate Commissioner Fry for vice chair.
Chair Hicks nominates Commissioner Fry for vice chair. Do I have all the nominations? I now close the nominations. By acclamations, in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order, Commissioner Fry has been nominated by Chair Hicks to be vice chair of the Physical Education Subject Matter Committee. Does the committee approve of the nomination of Commissioner Fry? Please raise your hand. Please raise your hand if you're in favor. Any opposed? Commissioner Fry is vice chair of the Physical Education Subject Matter Committee. We'll now hear public comment on any items for the Physical Education Subject Matter Committee. Are there any members of the public wishing to make public comment on this item?
There are none.
Public comment line for this agenda item is now closed. I now close the Physical Education Subject Matter Committee meeting.
I call the Science Subject Matter Committee to order. The public comment line for the committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on this agenda item. The members of the 2026 Science Subject Matter Committee are myself, Commissioner Lewis, and Commissioner Zepeda. If you are a member of the Science Subject Matter Committee, please put your nameplate up. If you are not a member, please turn your nameplate down. Our only item of business is the election of a vice chair for this subcommittee. I call for nominations from the floor.
I nominate Commissioner Zepeda for vice chair.
Commissioner Hicks nominates Commissioner Zepeda. Do I have all the nominations? I now close the nominations. By acclamation, in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order, Commissioner Zepeda has been nominated by Commissioner Hicks to be vice chair of the Science Subject Matter Committee. Does the committee approve the nomination of Commissioner Zepeda? Please raise your hands if you are in favor. Any opposed? Commissioner Zepeda is vice chair of the Science Subject Matter Committee. We'll now hear public comment on any items for the Science Subject Matter Committee. Are there any members of the public wishing to make public comment on this item?
There are none.
The public comment line for this agenda item is now closed. I now close the Science Subject Matter Committee meeting.
I call the World Languages Subject Matter Committee to order. The public comment line for this committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on this agenda item. The members of the 2026 World Languages Subject Matter Committee are myself, Commissioner Goldman, and Commissioner Danler. If you are a member of the World Languages Subject Matter Committee, please put your nameplate up. If you are not a member, please turn your nameplate down. Our only item of business is the election of a vice chair for this subcommittee. I call for nominations from the floor.
I nominate Commissioner Goldman.
Are there any other nominations? Okay, Chair Hicks nominates Commissioner Goldman. Do I have all the nominations? I now close the nominations. By acclamation in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order, Commissioner, Commissioner Goldman Chair Hicks has been nominated by Commissioner Goldman to be Vice Chair of the World Languages Subject Matter Committee.
It's the other way around.
Oh, my dear Lord.
So Chair Hicks.
By acclamation in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order, Commissioner Goldman has been nominated by Chair Hicks to be Vice Chair of the World Languages Subject Matter Committee. Does the committee approve the nomination of Commissioner Goldman? Please raise your hands if you are in favor. Okay, great. All right. Commissioner Goldman is Vice Chair of the World Languages Subject Matter Committee. We'll now hear public comment on any items for the World Languages Subject Matter Committee. Are there any members of the public wishing to make public comment on this item?
There are none.
Public comment line for this agenda item is now closed. I now close the World Languages Subject Matter Committee meeting.
Thank you, everybody. I call the full commission back to order, so you can put your nameplates back up. A big thank you to everyone, especially our subject matter committee chairs. It was a whirlwind day, and it went so smoothly. So thank you for all of your preparation. And I now adjourn the meeting.
Yay!